Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, I'm going to be investing in Heinz Corporation today because there's going to be so much ketchup splattered at Mar-a-Lago. It's such good news to share with you guys. Just tons of it, like just rapid fire coming at Trump. So, first of all, the phrase Trump is a coward was trending on both Twitter and on Donald Trump's failing social media site, Truth Social. And the reason is because he has completely chickened out about debating Kamala Harris. Also, news broke that Judge Tanya Chutkan scheduled a pretrial conference in Trump's coup case. So you guys know the case was kicked back to Chutkan after the Supreme Court's ridiculous immunity ruling. And she scheduled a hearing now for August 16th. That is just next Friday, you guys. And she refused Trump's request to dismiss the case. If there is any way that this trial can get started before the election, she will do it. Judge Chutkan will do it. She is one of the best. So that is bound to send Trump into a rage. Then came news that the Supreme Court is refusing to grant Trump a pass on being sentenced. So he was trying to get them to step in and help him. He's like, oh, please, mommy and daddy, help me, help me. What am I going to do? They're trying to sentence me because remember, he's a convicted felon. He was convicted of 34 felony counts. And so his sentencing is coming up next month in September. So he went to the Supreme Court and asked them to block it. And they're like, no, we're not going to block it. Whoops. So then came the news that Kamala Harris raised $310 million in July, more than double what Trump raised. And that's not even really accurate because if you think about it, Harris raised that $310 million in basically 10 days, like 1 week, 10 days. Remember, Biden announced that he was dropping out on the 21st of July. So literally 9, 10 days later, Harris raised $310 million. Trump raised $137 million, but in the entire month. And the hits just keep coming because Trump's stock price keeps bouncing around near the one-year low of $22.55. It hasn't been above $30 since his assassination attempt. So it opened today, as you guys can see here on the screen, at $25.50. Then it rebounded, but it's still not even $27. So, I mean, we all know this stock has no value without Donald Trump. And if he loses the presidential election, there's a strong likelihood he's going to be convicted on at least one, if not all of his cases. So he's going to spend the rest of his miserable life in prison. And there is no other inherent value to the company. I mean, it's losing way more money than it's ever going to make. So real investors know this stock is a total joke. You know, they can stream TV all they want, but no one else other than MAGA cares about these videos that have been deplatformed because they're full of conspiracies, right? So you can't just appeal to a small sliver of the population and expect to be successful. They can fool themselves all they want into thinking that they're the silent majority. They've never been silent. They've neither been silent or the majority, so get over it. Anyway, this leads me to the worst news of all for the ketchup chucker. Kamala Harris is surging. Trump is sagging. And I mean that in every way possible. I'm sure you've all heard, you guys know who Nate Silver is, right? He used to run the 538 polling site. He now has a Substack newsletter, and he still talks about elections and polls. Well, Silver was really pissing off Biden's stance because he kept saying, oh, Trump is going to have a blowout. Like, Trump is going to win big time, bigly, bigly, I don't know. how, but yeah, he was just gonna win because, well, we know how, because Biden was not the right candidate. So now Silver is saying Harris is it. She has taken the lead, or at least a slight lead, over Trump. He is calling the race a toss-up still because, as we all know, Republicans automatically, they have an electoral college advantage because of our antiquated participation trophy system, as I call it. But as of July 31st, Silver says that based on all polling and all the metrics, Harris leads Trump 45.5% to Trump's 44.1%. And according to Silver, Harris has a 50.5 chance of winning, 50.5% chance of winning, I should say. And then Trump has a 48.8% chance of winning. He also estimates Harris to win the popular vote by 65.9%. If that isn't enough to make the great pumpkin explode, he's going to explode, Lucy. There was another poll that was conducted by a conservative group that is sure to make him soil his depends. Last Thursday, there's a company called Public Opinion Strategies, or I guess it's Public Opinion Strategies for the Competitiveness Coalition. Anyway, they released their polling data that shows that Harris is leading Trump in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. So 48 to 46 and 48 to 45, respectively. They also found Trump and Harris tied in Michigan. And then Rasmussen, which is notoriously pro-Trump, right-leaning, the longtime pollster, they reported on Thursday, quote, former President Donald Trump still leads Vice President Kamala Harris, but the margin has narrowed, especially when third-party candidates are factored into this year's election. And they went on to say that a week ago, Trump had a 7% lead over Harris in a two-way race. That is now down to 5%. Again, this is a very right-leaning pollster, always favors Trump. And then when you consider and factor in Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in a three-way race, Trump's lead drops to only 1%. 46% for Trump, 45% for Harris, and then RFK Jr. takes 5%. Is that all? No, there's more. So another poll that was conducted by a company called Ledger, it shows Harris leading Trump by 7 points when RFK Jr. is included. So that falls well outside of their 3.1% margin of error. Also, Emerson had a poll. They showed Harris passing Trump in Wisconsin in a head-to-head matchup. They showed her at 51% and Trump at 49%. And then even with a third-party candidate in the mix in this Wisconsin poll, Harris and Trump are tied. So that is a huge shift because last week, I think it was, Emerson had a poll, or not last week, last month, Emerson had a poll that showed that Trump was leading Biden by 5%. So massive swing. And the senior director for Emerson College told, or their polling department, this person told WPR News, quote, what we're seeing is that voters under the age of 50, independents and ethnic minorities, especially African American voters, are swinging back towards the Democratic Party. There was also a YouGov survey that was conducted at the end of July, and they found that 59% of Republicans said they want a younger candidate than Don Old. They said they would like a candidate under the age of 75. That ship has sailed. So even uber conservative Republican consultant Karl Rove, who I'm sure you guys all know of or you've heard of him, he is saying Harris has all the momentum. And he's saying, yeah, I think it's going to last. And I think it's going to increase because, we still haven't had the Democratic convention. And you know how we know that Trump, in his mind at least, is losing and how he's freaking out about it? Because of the way he reacted to the prisoner swap with Russia. This is a really bad sign for Trump I don't know why nobody is saying this. This is my take. I think Trump knows this too, to be true. If Putin thought that Trump was going to win in November, he would have waited, right? He would have never made this deal with Biden. He would have waited for Trump to take office, and then he would have made Trump a hero and given him the prisoners. This has to make Trump nervous, right? Daddy Vladdy is giving up on him. That's the way it reads to me. That is just #sad, all caps. And even some of Trump's own supporters are like, you're screwing up, guy. You are just messing this up big time. So Trump had posted about a Tennessee race on his failing social media site. And some of his MAGA men and women decided to give him a little advice about this race. The one that they thought he for sure was winning just, a couple weeks ago. So one person responded to him with, quote, "Mr. President, I hope you are doing well. I just want to say that you need not put Kamala down as a person. Women hate that." And then another user told him, quote, "You have to change the noise and start attacking Kamala Harris policy stances and not Kamala Harris the person." 3 exclamation points. And then another Truth Social user wrote, quote, "Come on, Trump. I love you, but stop giving them ammunition. Just say, who cares what she is? Is she qualified? I thought you were smarter than that, but you're acting like a dumbass. Don't lose this election for us. Call Kellyanne and listen to somebody smarter than you. You're blowing it." This person is just now realizing that Donald Trump is a dumbass. Where have you been? And then Trump posted again. He was whining about something else on Truth Social. And someone replied under that post and wrote, quote, "Please stop with the race, name calling. We need moderates to join us. Kamala has so many true, real issues to talk about. Policy. She was with Biden on all of it. Tie her to it. Talk energy and grocery and insurance. Mine doubled. No claims and taxes. Talk parents' rights. The issues are where moderates are with us." And then others wrote, quote, "Please change your strategy. Do not attack her. List your accomplishments and what you will do. Resist the urge to attack her personally. Attack policies, yes, but not her personally." What is with these people? Why are they so adverse to punctuation? No commas, no periods, just one run-on sentence. Like, what is with these people? What is with MAGA? They hate punctuation. MAGA hates punctuation. Anyway, another person said, quote, "Please, President Trump, do not call her names. Stick to the problems. Sick Joe, the border problem, and the economy." So there were even more along the same lines. And then one user told Trump that his speechwriters need to give him new material. They were like, "Yeah, it's getting kind of old. You need some new stuff." Aw, isn't that cute? They actually think that Trump can learn new tricks. Aw, that's so sweet. Anyway, and then even Mr. What'd they do? Peter Navarro, the jailbird. He is freaking out. He's trying to reel Trump back in and other people too, like Ted Cruz. So Navarro was guest hosting for Trump's other criminal buddy, his other, jailbird, Mr. Three-Shirt, Steve Bannon. And Navarro was completely pissed about these unforced errors that Trump is making and all his MAGA maniacs. So check this out.
Do we get women when we call Kamala a slut or make fun of her cackle, Ted Cruz? We do not. Shut up. That gets us nowhere. Women, when they hear that crap, are resentful, particularly of old white men pulling that crap. Shut up.
Now, keep in mind, Navarro is someone who is so dense. He went on national television and he admitted that he took part in an attempted coup. He gets it, and Trump can't figure it out. That's how dense Trump is. Anyway, I will let you all know when I hear more. But yeah, oh God, Trump is having a really, really bad day. Really bad week, really bad month. Really, I mean, well, if you consider July, the end of July, and the beginning of August. August is not starting out good for him. I think it's because it's my birthday month. I'm going with that. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. It's because of me. You can thank me. All right. Leave a tip. leave me a tip. All right. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. I will let you know. Please like this video, share it with everyone you know so that they can get in on the fun and see all the great news. If you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It is free and you'll get notified of all my new videos. Doesn't cost you a thing and it helps the show tremendously. If you can donate, if you can leave a tip, I appreciate that as well. Keeps the show going. Greatly appreciate it. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.